Beating soaring house prices. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian.heise here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because I want to look at this article which is telling us the tricks, the experts' tricks on how to beat soaring house prices, guys. Don't worry. These tricks will help us beat it. Let's have a look at this. So, Rate City Sally Tyndall's tricks. Or trick. One trick. Only one. You got to pay the premium. This is the freemium version of the article. You got to pay premium to get the extra tricks. Sorry, guys. I'm overselling it to beat soaring house prices. With house prices soaring dramatically over the past year, an expert is urging Australians to think outside the box if they want to find a way to get into the market, and here's how. Okay. I mean, this is good. We need lateral thinking to look at solutions to problems. Modern solutions to modern problems, everyone. So, with the cost of owning a home soaring dramatically, with median house prices in Sydney spiking 23%, that's normal, cool, fine. What, your houses don't go up 23% every year? Come on. In the past year to 1.1 million before dropping to 1.4 million before dropping to 1.1 last month. There you go. It's cooling off. Owning a property in the harbour city remains out of reach for most average income earners. Yes, Sydney isn't for the average people. Don't we know that already? Okay, if you own property in Sydney, you're not average. Congratulations. Many of you may have bought it when you were average and sat on it, but no. Now you're better than the rest of us, guys. That's because it's called blind bloody luck, okay? I'm sure most people who realize they made a mint on property, it's just luck. You got some of them who if you can apply this huge skill to other aspects of business, Australia would be doing gangbusters with regards to our innovation. We'd have our own Silicon Valley, wouldn't we? Meanwhile, the average home price in Melbourne is $799,000 and Brisbane is $722,000. Still a daunting figure for most. $700,000. Incredibly, each month Australians are borrowing over $32 billion to spend on housing, almost double the $16 billion per month we borrowed in 2018. We really should look at how much Australians are borrowing to spend and invest in businesses. That's the real concern here. We're just putting everything into housing, everything into real estate. Will there be I don't know if it's even possible to have a cultural shift where the entrepreneurial spirit of Australians will come back, because all of our entrepreneurial energy is put into houses because it feels like it's government backed. But many are struggling to save for the 20% mortgage deposit that's required. To get around this problem, so is this the trick? Rate City Research Director Sally Tyndall says potential buyers should consider purchasing with a family member or friend. What the? This is insane. This is insane. No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't mix business and family. This isn't advice I'd be giving to every rando reading this article to buy with a family member or friend. It would be better for mum and dad to gift the deposit money or even to loan the deposit money, not attached to their house or their mortgage as a cash, than to buy in together. What about if there's someone you buy with your brother and they need heart surgery, so you got to sell your family home? This is insane. Come on, Sally. No. Where's Dave Where's Dave Ramsey when you need him? I was watching a clip this morning on a show. If you haven't checked it out, check out his show, guys. He's Southern Baptist American, bloody gun-loving Texan, but he's got his head screwed on right when it comes to saving and spending money. Bloody hell! Sorry, guys. This is not a trick. Okay, this is not a trick. Sure, it can work for some, but you've got to remember when you go into any business venture, and that's what this is. If you're going into business together in a partnership, there are a lot of inherent risks, and it can destroy family relationships. It can destroy friendships. This is not the advice I'd be giving to people. Yeah, the great Australian dream of owning your own home, not part owning a home with family and friends, has become a nightmare for many first-home buyers as they watch property prices spiral out of control. What if you went in with your friends, you took this advice, you bought at 1.4 million, and now you're 300 grand in the hole, and someone forces you to sell because they have to get out of it. You can't afford to buy them out. This isn't thinking outside the box. This is utterly insane. Who the hell would do this? Don't get me wrong, I'm sure some people have come together with family and bought property, but there's a risk there. So this could mean buying with friends. It could mean buying with family. It could mean buying somewhere else and renting it out, or rent vesting. I still remember when we first had the whole renters were exempt from getting kicked out and could get away with not paying rent, and we had all these articles appear on the ABC. I remember one guy, a teacher, he'd bought 5 houses with paying interest only and was shitting bricks because he couldn't pay for it. Tyndall also recently talked about how median house prices are beginning to drop in Sydney and Melbourne, with CoreLogic's Home Value Index in March finding property prices had dropped by 0.1%. 0.1%, yep. This could be the beginning of the end. The beginning of the end for the current property price peak in Australia's 2 biggest cities, she said. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Sydney and Melbourne drop a little and cool off. Not at all. Where do you think people are going now? Why do you think Brisbane has had a huge bloody spike, guys? Isn't that what always happens? Sydney and Melbourne shoot up, come back down. Melbourne, Brisbane, Adelaide, all the rest. We climb back up. We're the poor cousins with better weather. Property price drops will provide a reprieve for people hoping to get into one of Australia's most overheated property markets. However, would-be first home buyers should crunch the numbers before popping the champagne. If property prices fall on the back of rising rates, buyers may not need to stump up as much of a deposit. They will, however, need to make higher monthly repayments, which means they won't be able to borrow as much from the bank. Yeah, it's kind of a catch-22. You're kind of screwed. First home buyers should think carefully about overextending themselves in a market where rates are set to rise and prices are forecast to fall. Yes, that's good advice. Make sure you have a buffer to ride out any bumps. That's called an emergency fund. We should just, honestly, I would suggest it needs to be incorporated into our education system, but we just need to strip away all of the bullshit that they have in there and whack it in. I'm sure there's a lot of lefty crap we could get out of and just teach personal finances. Or just have an emergency fund. The Commonwealth Bank believes Sydney house prices could drop nearly 200 grand by the end of 2023. Overall house prices are predicted to stall across Australia by May and even drop by the end of December, according to Westpac, before big decreases in coming years. Bum, bum, bum. There you go, everyone. Let's have a talk about this. Yeah, I'm sorry, this trick was bullshit. It's bullshit. I'm sorry, guys. I don't read these articles before I go through them. I kind of do it live as I'm recording, so you get the authentic disgust when I see some of these stupid bloody ideas. Don't blindly go into buying property with family or friends, because it can destroy those relationships. Okay? That's the advice I'm giving you right there. Do not add that complexity to those relationships. If you want to work something out, treat it like a separate business arrangement. Get professionals, lawyers, and accountants to help you set up the infrastructure you need to do that. And remember, it could all fall apart if someone's desperate and needs that money. What if the lesson we're always taught in architecture school was starting up a partnership? What happens if you've got an architectural partnership, your partner dies, and his widow needs that money in the business? You have to buy her out. What can you do? Do you have to shut it down? It can get really messy, because that's what they're suggesting. They're suggesting in this article setting up partnerships with family and friends to buy houses. No, don't take that advice from these things. Anyway, guys, there you go. That's the trick to beating soaring house prices. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this one in the comments down below, guys. Thank you all for watching. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. If you're a fan and enjoy the content I find and put together here, there are a few ways you can help out. You can join us on YouTube or Patreon. Sign up using our referral links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve, or AussieBroadband. Or if you need an architect, give us a call. We've got a lot of education, resource, and commercial work. Take care, guys. Family, buying it with your family. See, I can't even press the right bloody buttons on the control because it's got me so upset. Oh, well, there you go. There's you don't need licenses to give property advice in Australia, guys. I guess that's evident.